but it's still beautiful, I think. And I know you're gonna agree with me because you have good taste, right? Hey guys, this is Jessica Lorenko here with another tutorial. The video for today was inspired, or as if I can say, it's made as an answer for something that I heard today that I've been hearing quite a while about this. People saying that, oh, if I have these expensive markers that you have, these expensive pens that you have, or coloring pencil, or expensive machine, I may be able to create something as beautiful as you create. I heard that this week. And I've been thinking about that, and I'm like, wait a minute, I create so many arts and crafts things, and I think they turn out beautiful, and I use cheap materials sometimes. Of course, I use some expensive things that I have, but I also use, and when I started, I didn't have much money to buy these expensive things that I saw people using it, even though I wanted to. I decided to be creative and invented and create something based in papers that I had at home or some cheap things that I could get in the grocery store. And this is an example of a card. This is the tutorial of this card that I'm going to show you today. Even though here I use a little bit only of recycling, but I use cheap things that you're going to see. But before I get into the how I made this card, I wanted to show you some examples of cards that I made using recycling. As you can see, this piece of paper over here, the black with the white leaves, came in an ad that someone hanged at my door. It was this big paper. I don't even remember what the marketing was about, but as soon as I saw this piece of paper there with these white leaves, I thought was beautiful. I thought was so artistic, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do something about this paper. So I used my stitched die cut. I think it's from Simon Says Stamp, and I cut that little piece of paper that wasn't it wasn't a magazine. It was just a pamphlet, and I created this card. And I don't know if you agree, I thought this paper was so beautiful that I didn't need to do anything on top of it. I just put the sentiment just because, as simple as can be. I used some Nuvo drop, and I did some drops of water there, and I think this card turned out beautiful. It's nice and simple and clean, and is made from a recycling paper. I didn't have to buy any beautiful pattern paper to create this card. Another card that I made from recycling paper is this one. I think that this one, it has been a while, guys. I need to force my memory. I think this background paper, it was from a wrapping paper that I got from my neighbor's recycling bin. She always puts some papers on top that she knows if I go through, I may like something. So I recycled this paper, and I cut, and I used to do the happy birthday card with the background using the recycling paper. And I think it's beautiful, has these lines that is kind of shiny and you can think that I foiled these details, and it's beautiful. And I put just a die cutting happy birthday, some dots, and I think it turned out awesome. Another card that I made with recycling paper is this one. I used the design pattern that was, I think it was a bag. It was a birthday bag, gift bag. And then I just work on top of it to make the color pop out a little more. And then I made this card. I made some texture in the background, put the stripe of paper, the sentiment, and here we go. Another card using recycling. This, I made 2 cards. I thought this paper was very beautiful in green, and I made these 2 cards. These papers are from a tissue box. I love a tissue box, guys. I have like 50 tissue box right now, storage, because some tissue box comes with a very beautiful design, and I use tissue box. Everything you see here is from tissue box. The only thing it isn't is the stamp that I use for the flower, and then I work on top of the flower with some ink, with some pen, and put the sentiment. So I had the stamp and I had the sentiment stamp, and then all the background are made from tissue box. I hope you like, and I hope you get inspired, guys, because I am already. Just to see these cards, I get even more inspired. And the card I'm gonna show you today, how I made, is this one. Look how beautiful, guys. I love it. I love it. And quickly, I'm gonna show you what I used to create this card. The background of this card, you can see that has some grays, light grays, and a little darker grays, and I think it's beautiful. It's simple, it's clean, but it's beautiful. And it made that kind of background. I think it made the colorful flowers even pop even more from the card. So what I used to create this card, I'm gonna put it right here. I use this stamp set. As you can see, I use this flower. Just one flower, I stamped 3 times. I use the sentiment from here. It was, for the inside, for all you do. Thankful for all you do. I use for all you do from this stamp set, is from Catherine Puller. I use the word thankful. It's a die. It's a die that I cut it from here. Where is my die pieces? I think it got stuck somewhere. It was here. Oh, it is here. It fell. I cut in black. This die cutting. This is from Recollection. I bought this at Michael's. I cut it in black to make the shadow. And this little piece that you can see match the purple color perfectly. I cut from a Airwick. This is a air refreshener. Airwick, as you can see. I don't know if you with this thing here you can see. Maybe you can see better now. Can you see that I cut it from here? I saw this paper and I thought, oh, it matched the color, so I wanted to make a colorful die cut. So I cut from this piece of paper and I put it over there with the black to create the shadow. So here it is. I'm gonna put it right there, and this is the die cutting. You're gonna have the list of all materials that I use and every single thing on the description below. This is the background. This is the background. I cut it. I cut this. You can see is in the die cut still for me to show you. That's how I cut it, this piece, with the die cutting. That's from Simon Says stamp, stitched rectangle. So I cut the paper from there, and I cut it from, let me put it right there. I cut it from Kleenex box. Look, can you see the texture? The texture now, the pattern. Look at how beautiful. I cut from there because I thought it would do good with, it will go well with the purple flower. So I cut that piece from Kleenex box. And I still can make some more cards over here. Sorry that the dogs are barking again. I need to do something about that when I'm recording, but they seem to save the barking only for when I'm recording. I hope that doesn't bother you. Look at the background. The background is right there. And then I made the flowers and I used the background. And it's beautiful, I think. So, but another secret in this card that I want to show you is how do I color these flowers with $6, $5 each marker, expensive, very high quality pen or marker? No, I use Bic Crystal Extra Bold, writes with vividness and flair, bold and colorful lines. Guys, I use regular pen, colorful pen, Bic Crystal. That's the magic to create this beautiful flower card. So I got this set of colorful pens, big pens, I got this set from the grocery place that I buy my groceries every week. I went there and I saw this set of colorful pen, and I got it. When I got it, I had no idea I would use it to color anything, just to write something. I thought to myself it was very cheap. I paid $1.18 for 8 colorful Bic pen, and that's what I used, the green and the purple, to color the flowers in this card. And that's what I'm gonna do with you today. See guys, $1.18, a set of colorful pen, regular pen guys. It doesn't need to be Copics, it doesn't need to be fancy colorful pencils, just a Bic pen. If you can use your creativity, you can create something beautiful, just like I did. I hope you think it's beautiful too. So let me show you how I create this card from beginning to end. Let me put this card here, and then let's start. So I started using my stamping tool to have my image. Scrap paper. I'm not gonna care that much about this paper because I'm gonna be cutting this flower. Piece of scrap paper. The flower is from Penny Black. I love Penny Black stamps. Their stamps are beautiful, or her stamps are beautiful. So this is the flower I use, and what I did, as you can see here, I stamped 3 times the same flower. So you close the misty door, and I'm gonna use Memento Tuxedo because it dries fast and doesn't smudge when you color on top. Let me see. You close the misty door. And again, twice is good, it's very clean. I pull the paper a little bit, because I'm gonna be stamping again, and I want this image 3 times. It doesn't matter if you're very close because I'm gonna cut this image. So, and I'm gonna try to do the other one right here, like you can see, because I want to draw with my permanent marker. I want to draw the stem a little longer. As you can see in this one, the stem is very long, but on the stamp is not long. So I just went with a pen and I draw the line a little longer. So that's why I need a piece of paper that gives me space to do that. So I stamp 3 times. You can see here. What I did here that I'm gonna show you is that because I want the stem longer, you see there, I go over here and I draw the stem. It doesn't need to be perfect, guys, because you see it goes there. It's just a little detail. And the second one is a little longer too. It's not that much, but it's a little longer. So I can go as long as I want. This is a Sharpie. And I noticed that doesn't smudge also. And I color. So after I do that, everything's falling. After I do that, I'm gonna leave this to dry because I have one that I made here. With only one, because I'm only gonna color one with you so you can see. I'm gonna clean my stamp because I don't want the ink to dry on it and damage my stamp. Let me put my stamping tool away. And let's do the coloring. Guys, 2 pens, a purple and a green. And the technique is the same, nothing changed. The technique is the flicking motion, where you can go and you start flicking from the center of the petals, and you go pulling and flicking like this. So sorry about the barking dogs. I know she wants me, but she won't give up until I go there. That's very annoying. I'm gonna go there. I'm back, guys. So sorry. I had to cut the video to attend to my spoiled brat, my little princess. I guess she wanted to go outside to potty. So here I am. Like I said before, this is the flicking motion technique for coloring. And I like this technique because it gives a very beautiful look, I think, in the coloring. So because it's a Bicky pen, there's no lighter and darker colors, so you should do the lines in a way that you press the pen more towards to the center of the flower, and then you can go lighter to the ends where you flick the pen, because when you do that you create more shades than just a flat color, right? But even if it is just a flat color, guys, oh, I don't know how to shade, how I'm gonna shade. See, I hope you can see well from there. I go darker where I believe there's shadows. Let me try to do this. And you don't need to take forever, because you don't need to keep changing pen like you do with Copics or color pencil. You do the shading and then you use the blendless marker or the blend pencil. In this case, you don't do any of that because it's just big pen. Guys, this flower is done, guys. Do you believe that? It took me, what, 3 minutes to color this flower. Now I go with the green. And because there's a lot of details in the stem and this bottom part of the stem or top part of the stem, you don't need to go too crazy in how you color this. I try to leave some white spots as a lighting source, but you don't have to go crazy about it. Nope. It's just some scribbles of color here and there. You darken more some parts and you leave some more light, and the flower is complete. How do I did the center? It was very black, like you can see here, so I use Nuvo drops. There's the dry clear one that I use for the dots. They imitate drops of water, and there's the white one that I use for the center. So I'm gonna put it here for you to see in this one. Hold the bottle very up, then depending on how much pressure you put, the drop's gonna come bigger or smaller. So I put some white drops over there, and I think it's awesome. I think it's beautiful. Do you think? Do you think it's beautiful? Hope so. Look. So the flower is done. I'm not gonna color 3 times because it's exactly the same thing. Purple Bic pen and green Bic pen. So now I went ahead and I colored the 3 flowers for the card. As you can see, it's the same thing. So I'm gonna put that there to dry, and then I have here 3. That is already done. I already put the clear drop, Nuvo drop here to imitate the water on the flower like you have here. I didn't put in this one, but you have here. And I did the center because I wanted to dry so I can maneuver this without damaging the effect. So now I have my base for my card, cut 4¼ by 5½. It's Nina Solar White, 100 pounds. And I have the front panel right here. It's also Nina Solar White, but it's 80 pounds. It's lighter. And then I have my Kleenex box piece that's gonna be the background. So for the background, I use my mono glue. You saw that when I was opening the box, I even ripped a piece right here. But I didn't mind. You know what? Let's replace the piece, the ripped. Because if I replace, it's gonna be the same size, right? See, let me replace this piece over here. Because if I do that, it will be the same elevation when I put it on the card. No secret, guys. Look, I replaced the piece. Now, I'm gonna clean the glue over there. Alright, guys, I didn't talk to you about my new glass craft mat. Tim Holtz, guys. Awesome. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I think even the video's quality, it's better because of the background that you have there to see, right? In the black, is that me or you can see better? When a black mat, I love the look of it. I love that it's so easy to clean. Some people ask me to tell you guys how do I like it, and I don't like it. No, guys, I don't like. I love it. I love it. It's beautiful and it's easy to clean. I use Kleenex to clean. I don't know if you guys Kleenex. No, I have the Kleenex on my mind. I use Windex to clean the piece. I wanted to use the ruler, but you know what? I can eyeball this. If the card is straight here, I can just go and eyeball it. Let me put it this way. I think the straight. If I think it's straight, I can just go. I don't like when I have glue on my hands, guys. Glue all over. Didn't I say I use Windex? Now I have some glue over here when I clean. See, now you know how I use it. And it clean perfectly, and it clean fast. It's awesome. Love it, my new craft mat. Thanks, Tim Holtz. Love it. And Simon Says stamp, because I bought from Simon Says stamp. Here it is. The background is done. Now I'm gonna glue the background on the base of the card, because when you put foam under the flowers, it's easy if the background is already mounted on the base. So when you press it, you don't need to be bothered by in case you're afraid you're gonna damage the thing, the flower when you press it. So yes, you align it with the side and with the top, and then you have your piece mount the right way. Still have glue on my hand. I see, guys, see, I clean all the time and it's nice and clean, very fast. Love it. Now I'm gonna get, let me put this here so you can see from there. Now I'm gonna get the flowers and put the flowers whatever I want to put it. I can even make this arrange of flowers different from the other one. Should I make it different? Let me see. The placement, I don't know what you think, guys, but the placement for me is always what I take more time than the card in general, because I always wonder if I'm placing in a good place. So I think I can put it like this. That will be different from that one, right? I can put it exactly like that one. Right here. Right here. Right here. I can put this under. And then the sentiment, it's right here. I think this one I'm gonna leave the stems under. This one I cut the stem in the bottom, but I think I should put it here for you to see well. Now I'm gonna put some glue on the shadow. On the shadow of the word for the sentiment. I cut it with that die cut that I showed you. I'm not gonna cut it here, but just to save some time. To give some see, guys, and I cut this piece from that paper right here, and look at how beautiful it matches, guys. Look, from the wrap of the air wick air refreshener. So now you can go here and you can, I think I'm gonna leave the stem this time and just put this on top. Yep, I think I'm gonna do that. But before I do that, can you see that the leaves are the petals are kind of up over here? Just to make a little more interesting the card, I put it a second piece of the flower, the same flower from the die cutting under. But from the die cutting now, I fussy cut these pieces and put it under. But here I'm gonna put a foam. Let me cut some foam. So I'm gonna put it there. Guys, don't need to be worried about how you cut the foams. It just cannot show. But see, I cut one and then another. Let's see. I'm gonna do it with foam to see if I like it more, because the other one, it was not that up, because I just fussy cut the second time the flower and glue under. But I think some elevation on the flower, it makes more interesting the card. Don't you think? I think so. So what am I gonna do here? Before I do that, I'm gonna use, let's see what I have. I have this skinny pencil that I'm gonna use to curl. I'm gonna use to curl the petals, like so. Just go over there with the pen, just cuddle a little bit. You can cuddle, what am I talking about cuddle? You can curl the little pieces like that. I was talking about my little Yorkie wanted to cuddle with me this morning a lot in bed. So I got the word on my mind. So see how you give more realistic look to the flower instead of just flat. So you go, you hold it with your finger and you curl. Like you can curl one for one side, another one for another side, to another side. One for this side and another one the other side. And then another one this side, like curl up. Look, I love it how a little thing that you make or a little detail, it goes a long way, and it makes the card even more interesting. And that's is the thing about handmade things. You can add more or you can take it away, and you can go as simple as you want, or you can go as filled with things that you want. But either way, I think even if it just lay the flower flat there, it would be beautiful, but I like to give some dimension to the card. So now we're gonna put it, the little pieces of foam. I want to put so much glue also. Put it in a way that it won't go show any part the other side. My mono glue that I glue everything. I think it's awesome. You send it through mail, it never unglue it. And I love that about that glue. So now you have the flowers, now you have the card, and now we just need to put the card over there. Now I'm gonna arrange this. How did I arrange this before? I forgot. So you put it over here and over here. You can even put closer to each other or separate it, it doesn't matter. But I'm gonna put it like so. I love it. See, I arrange in a different way, but I think it's beautiful. And I'm gonna put this right over here. This one that has very, look at what happened with my glue. That's too much, Jess. Glue, sometimes that happen, right? I think the pressure of air inside, it pulled the glue up. So, I put some pieces of glue, of foam on the sentiment as well. So this will be very tiny, but it helps to pop out the sentiment as well. So that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm not gonna put all the way. I'm just gonna skip that part over there where I'm gonna put the thing. Can you see? Sorry, I'm off camera here. My glue is coming a lot. What happened? I'm gonna cut here. This one is stay. I'm gonna cut here, and I'm gonna go with the rest and give a little space in the middle where the stem is gonna be. And then I cut it over there, not to show. Perfect. Is it? Is it? Okay. Thankful. That's where I'm gonna put it. So a little more glue. I'm gonna put it right there. Hi guys. You know what happened? The Kleenex paper are kind of glossy, so the paper is moving. The glue is moving on the paper. As a good perfectionist, I cannot help it. I'm gonna have to see if the sentiment is right. I don't want to be crooked. I do not want to be crooked. Okay. What I didn't do was put glue under, but you know what? I kind of like it. No, don't not like it. So I know what I'm gonna do. What I'm gonna do here is, I can find it, my step. Okay, this is what I wanna do here. I'm gonna put this here, just to make sure that thing is gonna stay there perfectly, a little bit. And what I'm gonna do here, see guys, don't do that. I should have done that before, right? But you know what? It's good that those things happen in on camera, so you can see that we make mistakes, and it's okay. Is there glue there? Maybe there isn't glue. I'm not being very smart. I should put the glue on the card. No. Not smart, just. It's good to think sometimes, but sometimes we don't think. I think it's beautiful. Let's see. Yes. And again, it's one more time that I put foam under, and I love how pop the flowers. I love it, guys. Guys, the only thing I didn't put it here was the dry clear Nuvo drops, because I'm gonna maneuver the card and I don't want to choose much, but everything else is there. You can move around and see where you want things to be. And the inside I went ahead and I cut, that's the panel. I cut also with Simon Says stamp, stitched rectangles. I cut from the bigger size. Yes, it's, oh my. I cut it from the bigger and the one size down. See? I cut here from the bigger size and one size down. So I made 2 panels, as you can see here. Can you see there? 2 panels with the stitch that I think is beautiful for the inside. And then we're gonna glue that on. And I stamped it with the For All You Do. It's the stamp set from Catherine Puller. Beautiful, beautiful. It has a handwriting. Look, sentiments and these butterflies that I love. So for all you do is the sentiment I use with VersaFine. So now we're gonna, I don't know why there's a new bottle of glue. It's coming a lot when I press. And I don't like it too much because when you press it on the card, it will go outside and then smudge the card, and then I don't want that. So let me clean a little bit. Okay. So let's put it over there. Love the lines on the glass mat because help you to align the paper when you're gluing, and I love that, so nothing is crooked. Perfect. Glue in my hand. Okay, there's a boo-boo with glue over here. There's my mono eraser from Tomboy. It's the same brand. There was a little glue over there. It's the same brand from the glue. Here how it looks inside. It's thankful for all you do. I'm certain the person receiving this card will love it. I hope you think that too, guys. I think it turned out beautiful, and I think we are all set with this card. Don't you love it? I love it. It's beautiful, it's clean, and who can say that you use big marker to color? I was even able to achieve, I don't know if you can see well from there, a little lighter color. Like I told you, you press the pen on the end, and then when you flick the pen, you light the pressure a little bit, so you cause different tones of the purple. Can you see? And when you curl the flowers, I think it's beautiful. Look, this one pop even more. I think I'm always gonna use foam only. Beautiful for the flowers. I love it, guys. I love it, love it, love it, love it with all my heart. You see that is open like this. I use my bow phone, my bow folder, not phone, my bow folder. And this is the cards, guys. We are done. Yay! I love it. I hope you love it as well. I hope you get inspiration. And getting inspiration, I hope you create something, recreate this card, or create something using big pen. Please do create, get inspiration from this video. See, you can buy cheap things and create beautiful things from it. And very soon, probably, I'm gonna be making more cards with recycling paper. I'm gonna maybe make a series of cards that I made from tissue box. What do you guys think about that? If you like the idea, please leave me a comment. I would love to hear what you think about recycling, what you think about cheap materials. I think we are all for saving money, right, guys? So if you like this video, please thumbs up, press the notification button, so soon you're gonna get a notification saying that Jazz Lorenco has another video. And please, guys, I want you to receive my gratitude. Thankful for all you do. It's because of your kindness and your love that I have more and more inspiration and desire to create this YouTube channel. So please read the description below for all the materials I use to create these cards. And I really hope if you create something inspired by anything I showed you today, please tag me. Jessica Lorenco TX. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, Jessica Lorenco, and I'm here with my YouTube channel. You can also leave me a comment. I would love to read your comment and to get back to you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and until next time, guys. Bye.